Let me ask you something honest. Have you ever failed at something and felt so broken that you promised yourself you would never try again? You stopped believing in yourself. You stopped dreaming. You thought maybe success is just not for you. If you have ever felt this way, please watch this story very carefully till the end, because this simple story about a broken wheel can change the way you look at failure forever. In a small, peaceful village surrounded by green hills and tall trees, there lived a 22-year-old young man named Leo. Leo was a hard-working person. He was honest, he was kind, and he had a big dream. He wanted to build his own small food business. For 2 years, Leo saved every coin he earned from working on farms. He woke up before sunrise, he worked until his body hurt, he ate simple meals and never spent money on anything extra. Every night before sleeping, he whispered to himself, "One day I will have my own business. One day my family will be proud of me." Finally, the day came. Leo had enough money. He rented a small space in the village market. He bought ingredients, he made fresh snacks and sweets by hand, he arranged everything neatly on a small wooden table. He felt so proud standing behind that table on the first morning. But weeks passed. Very few people stopped to buy. Some tasted his food and never came back. Some looked at his table and walked away without saying a word. Leo tried different recipes, he changed his prices, he smiled at every person who walked by, but nothing worked. After 3 months, his savings were completely gone. He could not pay the rent, he could not buy more ingredients. He had to close his small shop. Leo sat alone that evening by the side of the road. His hands were empty, his eyes were full of tears. The people in the village started talking. "I knew he would fail. He wasted his money. He should just go back to farming." Every word cut him like a knife. Leo felt ashamed. He felt stupid. He felt like the biggest failure in the whole village. He stopped going to the market. He stopped talking to people. He stayed in his small room and told himself, "I am not good enough. I will never try again." 1 full year passed like this. Leo lived in silence. His dream was dead, or at least he believed it was. One afternoon, Leo walked along the river to clear his mind. He walked further than usual until he reached a quiet place near the edge of the forest. There he saw an old carpenter sitting under a large tree. The old man had white hair tied behind his head. His face was full of deep wrinkles. His hands were rough and scarred from years of work, but his eyes were calm and warm like the afternoon sun. He wore a simple brown shirt and sat on the ground surrounded by pieces of wood. The old carpenter was building a wheel for a wooden cart. Leo sat on a rock nearby and watched quietly. The old man carefully shaped the wood, fitted the pieces together, and tested the wheel. Then he lifted it and dropped it on the ground hard. The wheel cracked and broke into pieces. Leo expected the old man to shout or throw the pieces away in anger. But the old carpenter did something strange. He picked up every broken piece slowly. He studied each one. He turned them in his rough hands and looked carefully at where the cracks were. Then he smiled softly and whispered, "Now I know where you are weak." He started building the wheel again from the beginning. Different shape this time, stronger joints, better balance. When he finished, he dropped it on the ground again. It cracked again, but this time only in one small place. The old man smiled again. He picked up the pieces and said, "Good, you are getting stronger." Leo could not stay silent anymore. He stepped closer and said, "Sir, does it not make you angry when it keeps breaking?" The old carpenter looked up at Leo with those calm, deep eyes. He smiled and said, "Why would I be angry? Every time it breaks, it shows me something I could not see before. The wheel that never breaks teaches me nothing." Leo looked confused. He said, "But you keep losing time. You keep starting over." The old man nodded slowly and said, "Let me ask you something, young man. Do you know why most people fail once and never try again?" Leo was quiet. The question felt too personal. The old carpenter placed his weathered hand on a broken piece of wood and said, "Because they think breaking means ending. They think if something breaks, it was never meant to be. But that is the biggest lie we tell ourselves. Breaking does not mean ending. Breaking means learning. Every crack shows you where to make it stronger next time. The only real failure is not when the wheel breaks. The only real failure is when you stop building."
Leo felt something move deep inside his chest. His eyes became wet. He looked at the broken pieces on the ground, and for the first time, he did not see failure. He saw lessons. He saw answers to questions he never thought to ask. He saw exactly why his business did not work, not because he was not good enough, but because he did not study why it broke. Something changed inside Leo. He went back to the village, but this time he did not start the same way. He went to every person who did not buy his food before. He asked them honestly why they did not buy. He listened carefully. Some said the taste was too sweet. Some said the price was too high. Some said they did not trust new sellers. Each answer was a crack in his old wheel, and each crack showed him exactly where to build stronger. He changed his recipes. He adjusted his prices. He let people taste for free to build trust. He started small, very small, with just 5 items on a tiny table. Days turned into weeks, weeks turned into months, and months turned into years. Slowly, very slowly, people started coming. Then more people came. Then people from other villages came. Leo's small table became a small shop. His small shop became a well-known business in the whole area. One evening, a young man sat with Leo and asked, "Leo, you seem so successful and confident now. What is your secret?" Leo smiled softly. He picked up a small piece of wood from his pocket, a piece he had kept from that old carpenter's broken wheel. He looked at it and said, "I stopped being afraid of breaking, because every time something breaks, it teaches you exactly how to build it stronger." So if you have failed at something and you feel broken right now, please remember this. You are not finished. You are not weak. You are not a failure. You are just a wheel that cracked in one place. Study the crack, find the weakness, and build again. The only person who truly fails is the person who stops building. Moral: every time something breaks, it teaches you exactly how to build it stronger. If you liked this story, give it a like. Tell us in the comments, what is one thing that broke in your life that actually taught you an important lesson? Share your story. Your words might help someone else who feels broken right now. Subscribe for more stories. We will meet in the next story. Stay strong. See you in the next story. Tell us in the comments, what is one thing that broke in your life that actually taught you an important lesson? Share your story. Your words might help someone else who feels broken right now.